Welcome to the Wrestlecast. This is episode number 18 on August 31st, 2022. I'm Rocky, joined by Wesley and Rodney. Good evening, fellas. We got some interesting stuff to talk about. A lot going on this week.
Sup. Yep. Think we're going to skip the WWE train this week and run down this gymongous all-out card that we got, apparently.
Christ.
15 matches. 15 matches.
And on top of that, we got, I think this might be the first weekend that we're getting the dual pay-per-views, huh? Between AEW and WWE. We got Clash at the Castle Saturday.
I think they've run like up against like NXT shows once or twice or something like that. Like a takeover.
Yeah,
but
maybe so.
I don't think anything major WWE. I think there was I don't know. I was gonna say I think there was a time like there could have been an issue with WrestleMania, but then AEW I think moved it out the way just because it's fucking WrestleMania. But I could also be making shit up, so who knows? You know?
I just can't remember one.
Shouldn't put it past you.
I do. The only question I really have about that whole pay-per-view in WWE though is it really in a castle?
Ooh, maybe.
I don't. Is it?
I'm not entirely sure what's in Cardiff.
Is it in Europe? It's in Europe, right?
Yes.
If it's just at like fucking Wimbledon or something, I don't know where Wimbledon is. But yeah, okay. I was. If it's in a actual castle, that's pretty metal.
Boy,
Wouldn't
Drew,
be the worst
it's
thing
going to
they've
be
done.
at a castle, and your boy Drew's going to bring a sword, so it's just going to be like fucking ready to go.
If Vince was still in charge, they should have tried to get the Coliseum. But that's just me. Tie Sami Zayn up in the middle and have him get eaten by lions.
Nice. I don't think that's PG.
Sammy.
Hey, it's not PG anymore.
They're pushing the envelope. They're trying.
It's TV-14 now. We're getting gritty now.
Yes, sir.
We're bleeping out fucks.
Nice.
Not on this show, though.
No, not on this show.
Fuck that.
But the main event is Dynamite and AEW this week.
Yes. So, where to begin? Because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and I missed y'all last week. I'm a week behind on getting to talk to y'all. I listened to the show, but I was out on my little cruise, not getting to watch much wrestling, but I did cram it all in, and y'all just informed me that it's a 15-match card this weekend. That I wasn't expecting to hear that number.
Yeah, it's going to be something. It's going to be long, and I'm glad that I have off the next day.
Is it Sports Entertainment Mania?
Dude, 5 minutes,
maybe
less than 5 minutes before us recording this is when I realized how long the shit was. It's like, God damn.
They need to just mock WWE and make it Sports Entertainment Mania.
I didn't realize it until I was listening to Excalibur run the card down and tripping himself up for 3 minutes straight because he couldn't get it all in time.
Man has a hell of a task in front of him every time he does that. Like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, he was going off on Wednesday night, just running through stuff. I couldn't catch any of it. JR was just looking at him like, you could see like the other half of JR's face starting to droop. Like he was having a stroke, like on TV. Like he couldn't keep up. He was just sitting there like, God damn, this guy talks fast.
Oh yeah,
like, I want to see him put on JR's hat
a little bit tonight.
He needs to put on JR's hat and starts. Can I get a 5? Can I get a 6? Can I get a 7?
Yeah, JR's on my shit list right now.
Uh-oh.
He had a line about Sheeta during the match tonight about how she's more Americanized.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That's a good thing.
I noticed that. Like,
I was like,
like,
wheel him out of here now.
And also, I was
dude,
like,
man.
why is that? Like, what has she
Yeah,
done?
why is that relevant? Yeah, she's done nothing because she's written samurai in English now instead of putting like kanji on her face. Like, the fuck?
Christ, I didn't even catch that.
Oh
And
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
love
heard
catching.
it.
I love catching my
wheel
JR
him
isms.
out of here. Wheel him out and just like pull him out for special occasions,
Was he out? Was he?
birthdays.
Was he out the whole show?
I think he
Because
was.
I know
He
for
was
a
out the whole-
while
Yeah.
they were bringing him in halfway through to run to be in the second half
Right.
of the show.
No, I'm pretty sure he was on the whole show.
Yeah,
Tonight.
they ran him from the beginning. He opened when it started, when the fireworks are going off. He's the one that talked out of it. And usually he's just Rampage,
Which
and
is
he
weird
comes out
because
for the
usually
main
it's
event.
Excalibur.
Right.
Right.
So I don't know what that was
Yeah.
about.
So
Maybe he got a promotion.
JR for right now is on my shit list. I don't exactly know what his grudge is, but he can get the hell on out with all that.
I think so. We didn't
Shame on
actually
him.
record anything for last week's episode of Dynamite. It was the
No.
week before last, and I think I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was something that there was definitely something that just pissed me off like a few weeks ago with him and shit that he was saying. I think because he was downplaying like I think like one of the belts or some shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man, what was it?
I hear a different
You're right,
tone in
he
his
did.
voice
There
when
was-
they
there
talk
was
about the
some-
trio belts.
I don't think it was the trio. Well, I don't think it was the trios belt. It was
I mean, I don't know.
maybe the heavyweight belt.
I don't remember.
Shit, I don't remember. But yeah,
But it was like
there was,
burying
yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
Maybe the interim.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know. Either way, it's like-
those were the two big ones.
I'd
last
say
week.
I'm glad the interim shit's over with, but all they did was trade one interim for another, so it really
Yeah.
doesn't matter at this point.
But I
Right.
did like when Moxley just threw it away. It was like, fuck this thing. And then just
They
he's
should've
not
threw it
doing
to
the
the
old
crowd.
Sammy shit. It
They
just
should have thrown
threw
it
it
to the
down like
crowd.
this is a piece of trash.
Into the crowd.
So
Give it to some little boy in
Yeah.
the front row. Like, here's an authentic AEW leather belt. There you go.
Right.
That'd have been dope.
Uh,
That's Cody would have done it.
now Cody would have been he'd have just been collecting belts.
he himself would be the AEW tag champs. Some kind of way.
I'm the tag team champions. No, I'm the tag team champions.
Right. Super kick himself.
Dude, I'd
man.
be interested to see that. That's a hell of a move. Anyway, so let's talk about this card. We got I don't know, Daniel versus Jericho, the American Dragon versus Lionheart Chris Jericho.
It's Lionheart Jericho.
This one
again,
has
huh?
the potential to be either really good or a dumpster fire.
Good.
Like that's where I'm at.
I don't
Like
think
that's
Daniel
I don't
Bryan.
feel like there's going to be a middle ground. I mean, they're
don't-
going to be very entertained
Yeah.
and they're going to do great, or they're going to look like complete trash.
I don't think Daniel Bryan can look like trash. Y'all know I'm a big, and I don't want to hear it. It's Daniel Bryanson, Danny Bryanson.
No, and
I-
he's
y'all
okay.
know I'm a- you know-
The
y'all
problem
know
is
I'm a
that
big
Jericho has found himself in a spot where he can either have a really good fucking match or he can have a really bad night and
No.
just look really bad.
Now, this is not a concern that I have with Danielson, but with Jericho, there's always the whole Kingston shit where you just go through this whole thing, and then in the end, it's just not satisfying.
It's going to
at
be
all.
Right.
I have a feeling it's going to be overbooked. Like it's not just going to be a straight up, 1v1. Although
there's
I
probably going to
hope
be
that
some
they
fuckery.
I hope that if there, even if there is some fuckery involved, like I really hope that they keep Garcia out of it.
That's probably where the fuckery's going to come from.
I mean, that's what it feels like right now.
I swear to
is-
God, if it turns out to be some kind of swerve,
It feels
And
like
that's how
Mysterio
Jericho
versus
pulls it off.
Guerrero right now. Like, winner gets Garcia as their
Fight-
son.
yeah,
Like-
fighting over custody of Garcia.
That's kind of what it feels like.
And then fucking 2.0 just, or they just pop in like, no, he's my son. He's been my son from the very beginning. Jesus.
Where's Maury when you need him? But yeah, I mean, I'm not like overly hyped for this one. I don't know if it's just the build to it so far hasn't been like great. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not high on my.
Feels kind of
It's
forced.
not up there in the hype.
Yeah,
For me personally, anyway.
I mean, I guess especially looking at the rest of the card, I'm like, I'm again like, I'd be excited to watch Danielson wrestle at any time. But again,
I mean, there's another match on the card
like,
that
fucking Kingston. It's just like, man, I don't want to see Jericho for a while because that burned me.
I mean, but even still, I mean, there's another match on this card that's lower standards to me than that anyway, which is going to be Jungle Boy and Christian Cage.
See,
I have no interest in this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess my
mixed.
interest is about the same as with Danielson Jericho. Is like, I like to watch Christian Cage work. So,
right.
I mean, I do, but
yeah, that's to the extent is my excitement for it.
Right.
My excitement for
Again,
that one is seeing Jungle Boy by himself finally. Because
Jungle Man.
He's a really good athlete.
Man.
He can
Jungle
do a
Man
lot.
Jack Perry.
And when he doesn't have Luchasaurus and Marco Ding Dong to bounce around with and hold hands with and shit, I think he may actually be able to put on a decent match.
It's just, again, the build to this thing has been just fucking wacky.
Yeah.
Like,
the whole Luchasaurus thing was rushed.
Yeah.
I understood the whole Christian heel turn thing. Fine. But heel Luchasaurus for 3 weeks just to be like, oh, Jungle Boy's back. I guess I'll go back with him.
It was like it was like the whole Luchasaurus thing was, like you said, Rodney, like the turn from heel back to face was just 2 seconds. But then also this whole feud simultaneously lasted longer than it needed to.
Yeah. It was like
the
whole point should have been separating Jungle Boy and turning him against Luchasaurus against him. They did it for 2 weeks. They put I forgot who it was, a fucking jobber, or maybe it was one of the Guns, and fucking what's his name? Fucking Matt Hardy. They put Hardy through a table. They had Christian Cage call him a piece of shit and everything, and then like instantly turned around and was like, "But I loved you the whole time, Jungle Boy." And Jungle Boy's like,
right,
I loved you too, Dad. Like, and it's just like, oh, come on.
Like the one good part about this entire feud was him saying Christian Cage is a pussy. That was like the best part.
He was not allowed to wear that shirt anymore.
And then that was it.
The network was like, nope.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Discovery
like, now that
we about to drop your whole shit if you need to stop using pussy.
Do you know what last month was? Last month? It was a whole month dedicated. We're not doing it. It's over.
So I just figured this out. Since we were just talking about Danielson Jericho, I just figured out why the Jungle Boy Luchasaurus thing was killed when it was killed. I think they realized that they had 2 custody battle storylines running concurrently, and they had to squash one of them.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Who's the third?
There's Jungle Boy Luchasaurus. There's Gun Club Scissor Me Daddy Ass.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah, and now Garcia.
Oh well, there you go. So the sacrifices had to be made, and that was the one that they were like,
right.
You know what? This is the easiest one to just get out of.
And the best part about that shit is the Acclaimed and the Guns was the more entertaining, at least to me, throughout the entire.
No, it still is.
Yeah,
that's why
I was legitimately sad when they split.
Yep. I was like, we're not gonna get any more Scissor Me Daddy Ass, and now here we are. They reunited, and it feels very good.
I love Anthony Bowens. falling into the crowd and scissoring with the people in the crowd. I fucking love it. Dude was scissoring hard with him this episode, dude. He was like,
I'm waiting for him to like lean back into the crowd and not realize that it's like an 11-year-old.
hey, it's still not worse than what we were doing and what we were watching when we were 11 or ish.
That's true.
Ish. You had Rock talking about hide the strudel.
I watched a senior citizen give birth to a hand, bro. Oh shit! That just sounded like fucking Vince. Oh god. Oh god.
Listen, bro.
Jesus Christ.
This is a great idea, bro.
I need to not say that word ever again.
We're gonna have Mark Henry and Mae Young start a relationship, okay? Now hear me out.
Van little do we know Van Damme was doing creative back then. Listen here, Vince.
That explains a lot.
I got this idea. Hey, try this palm.
That's a great idea.
Try this purple palm delight. But yeah. Anyway, the two most unexciting fucking matches on this card, as we said, fucking Christian Cage and Jungle Boy, and I'm more into the him and Chris Jericho, just because of who's in it. Jericho, my only, I like Chris Jericho wrestling in this old style, this lion heart. I don't like the switching back and forth week to week, depending on how he feels that week. But I can tell this way he wrestles and he pushes his body a little harder, because you can tell he hasn't done anything in the ring since the last time he was Lionheart Chris Jericho. Probably because he's still recovering.
So for me, this whole Jericho thing with him switching his gimmicks throughout is which I like, because to me, it just makes me think of the end of Metal Gear Solid 4 with Ocelot changing his whole shit, and just throughout you get MGS 1 Ocelot, then you get 2, then you get 3. It's amazing.
It all goes back to Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, Metal Gear Solid it's fucking it's in my soul at this point.
Historically accurate.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a podcast on Metal Gear Solid. We're just gonna do the whole episode Metal Gear Solid. We're just gonna let Rocky talk.
Dude,
and explain the entire story from.
I feel like when Rocky and I first broached the idea of doing a podcast, I'm pretty sure that was the very first subject.
Yeah, that was definitely an idea in the chamber.
That was the genesis of this whole thing, and we probably should do something with that, because
just everything.
This show wouldn't exist without it.
Y'all want to see me get excited about some shit? Let's talk about Metal Gear Solid.
let's just do the metal.
It's a story for another day. We're getting off track.
Yeah. You know what I am excited about, which I was not at all excited about, the women's championship with Thunder Rosa, but I am excited about this interim championship match between Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida.
Right.
I am excited for the people that are in it.
Yes.
However, the person that I personally want to win, I know will not win.
Shida.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it now. That Toni Storm's winning it.
Yay! Fuck you, Shida. I love you, Shida.
I don't know, man. I
personally,
like
I'm okay with either Shida or Hayter, but Hayter is definitely not in that spot yet. No. I definitely don't want to see Britt with the belt. She gets enough TV and promo time without it.
Dude, Mox squashed Punk last week.
She's great.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
But there's so many reasons for that. But no, I mean, logically speaking, unless, TK decides to go, poop, here's a swerve for you, it only makes sense. It's the same shit as the interim thing. They've been building up to Rosa and Storm this entire fucking time.
Yeah.
So, what other option do you have?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's not exciting, but I like
sucks.
like we said, I like the people in it. So hopefully it's a really good match.
Well, again, like I wasn't really excited for it until the match tonight. And I was like, God, I like this match that they had tonight, and it was fucking hard.
Oh, they have some chemistry.
Yeah, it was hard hitting. Sheeta was
Dude, when she did, I don't know, whatever it was that she did, the not quite Hurricane Rana on the Jamie Hayter, I was like, oh shit, that didn't look good.
She hit Baker at one point and knocked Baker silly. Gave her an elbow.
I think it was a forearm. Yeah, it was an elbow or a forearm shot or something.
She made the connection. Britt stumbled off, and I think Britt was supposed to go back into it, and they were supposed to exchange a little bit. Britt was like, "I'm out." and went to the
timeout.
Yeah, went to the rope. Hold up, are we really hitting?
Was that before or after Toni Storm rammed her ass into her face?
Oh, this was early. This was early on.
Before it was early on,
man. Every freaking time.
I want to say it was right. I want to say it was right after Storm teased doing it, and I think Jamie Hayter cut her off. I think, but no, the match was a lot of fun. It was really good. I'm definitely curious to see the dynamic between Britt and Hayter, because they're going to start out working together, and then something will happen. But I'm curious to see how that goes out.
Hayter's in this match to get.
I just hope they give the match enough time. I don't want it to be a short match, because I feel like the match they had tonight was actually given a decent amount of TV time,
and it was in the first hour.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
But I think it was
the
only women's match. But yeah, it was in the first hour, I guess, at least.
Yeah, so I could see being excited now that Thunder's kind of out of the picture. I mean, I feel bad for her. I know she's good, and she's a fantastic wrestler. I just don't know what her promo deal is. Why she's bad at him.
Right.
And this thing with having your champions but not booking them to do anything week in and week out.
And what's interesting, well, I won't say it's interesting. I think it's more confusing than it is interesting, is that they go back and forth between interim, but then also saying that I think they referred to that she wasn't stripped, but she vacated the title. So, but which is it? Did she vacate the title, or is it an interim championship?
Well, right, you can't have it both ways.
No, but they
because those definitions are counterintuitive.
Right.
Yeah, she's either not the champion anymore, or like you said, you're doing a,
their
heavyweight belt.
Their commentary crew over the years has had a lot of inconsistencies. They've kind of sometimes they work well together, but they don't bounce off of each other like the WWE commentators do. I feel like they need
this
to.
This is JR's fault,
and it very well might be. I think they need to find some consistency at the table.
It's easy. Tony and Excalibur. I'm good with that. You don't need a 3-man team.
I like Taz a lot.
Yeah, Taz is fucking fantastic.
All right, if you want to keep it a 3-man team, you put Taz in there.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. I liked him in commentary from way back when.
I wouldn't mind the 3 of them, but JR throws it off.
JR's he's got to go.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I know what you've done. I know you're a legend. I know that you're this, highly revered voice of commentary. But dude, your time's done.
Yeah, I don't think Tony wants to have that conversation yet.
No,
he's gonna have to.
It's like they'll say something and be on something, and JR will just, huh? Oh,
yeah, he interjects in the weirdest.
Sleeping.
He interjects at the weirdest times.
Yeah,
but anyway, off track. So that's my thoughts on the interim championship women's match.
Go Storm.
Pretty sure Storm's going to pick up the win. But yes, the match has a potential to be really, really good.
And haters in there just to get pinned, right?
That's fine. Just as long as she's there.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
she's. I mean, I don't think they want to pin Baker.
They should pin Sheeta.
I can see them pinning Sheeta.
Former
I
champion.
can see her taking the pin.
I hope not.
Fucking Sheeta is fine. Sheeta.
I don't want
Sheeta's fine.
I don't want Sheeta to be Asuka.
What sucks though?
No, dude.
Besides, she's carrying around the Wave Championship now. She's a champion in Japan.
Okay, so she does
she's
have
got
a
that
belt at the moment.
Yeah, she actually. I was surprised she did, but she came out with it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But,
I don't think Sheeta would ever be.
I mean, damn, she was your pandemic champion.
I don't think she would.
She doesn't.
I don't think she would mind. I just don't want. I don't want her to like made fun of like they do Asuka basically in WWE. That accentuated.
Nah, they Sheeta's taken.
Yeah, they take her
much more seriously.
But I just don't want to see her on that level where she's constantly like the third wheel in a championship match, fourth wheel, and just like.
No, but I definitely think that she definitely deserves.
Something,
a reign, some shit with a crowd.
Right.
But
that's where I kind of got sour on the whole women's division. Not to go off on a tangent, but like I was really pissed about that. Like she was your pandemic champion.
There's
she
plenty
held
of
that belt
reasons
for
to
the
be
whole
sour
fucking year.
about the women's division.
And then like you finally get to a point where you're gonna have her drop the fucking you're gonna have her drop the belt, but you have her drop it right when you make a much better, fancier, shinier belt,
right?
While she's carrying around this goofy looking thing.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
She should have won that. And held that belt for at least a month.
Freaking AEW tweeted, which I shared it with the group. They tweeted that video with fucking Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir. Like, why would you fucking tweet that? God, she sucks. She sucks.
No
so
quality
much.
control.
Like, good lord.
Yeah,
and it's like a pre-taped show, so like they couldn't have them do it again or something, whatever.
Or
it's
clip in another camera that
you
can't see what's going on.
I don't know if you could have found an angle that would have saved that.
Fucking botch machine Shafir.
And the way Sky Blue landed, like you could have fucking hurt her.
Makes me like maybe she should have been sandbagged by fucking Rosa. I mean,
who knows?
Maybe it really did happen, and maybe Rosa isn't the bad guy here.
No, she's not. She's just
maybe Rosa was just like, okay, fuck y'all.
Really
y'all want to bring
shitty.
in an MMA fighter? Then I'm a fighter like an MMA fighter. Like, come beat me up.
Thunder Rosa got the Adam Page treatment.
Yeah.
Here's the belt. You might be on TV 1 week to cut a promo. You might not be there at all for the next 2 weeks. You might have one match in between this, and that's basically been it.
When the promos are just hella vanilla, bland.
Very vanilla.
So, yeah.
Well,
white meat babyface.
Moving on from that.
What else we got?
Well, let's see. We've got FTR Wardlow versus Jay Lethal and Impact's Motor City Machine Guns.
I don't know much on them.
Now, granted, I understand that there's 15 matches on this card now, but I would have much rather have FTR, Motor City Machine Guns, Wardlow, Jay Lethal.
Right.
2 separate matches. I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll be good. Anything with FTR and watching them for as long as I've seen them. I mean, watching the Motor City Machine Guns, obviously, like I'm all for it.
I think about that and think about like I would definitely be more interested to watch FTR versus Motor City Machine Guns versus watching Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim. And I'm interested in that match, but only because it's the Acclaim, not because of Swerve in Our Glory.
No, I mean Swerve in Our Glory again.
I love Swerve though.
Yeah,
I don't. I think this tag
is
that they have going
that's
is
not
boring.
the issue.
I don't like. I have no issue with Keith Lee or Swerve, but they've been relegated to Rampage, which I haven't watched in about a month,
Yeah,
maybe
they
longer.
have been, yeah, it's
So
been all Rampage.
yeah, it's Rampage, and clearly Rampage ain't shit compared to Dynamite. I mean, I don't know.
That's your tag team champions, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they've been pushed over there. I mean,
Right. I mean, we talked about that, I think, on a show or two ago. That that's like a major belt, and that's the only show you can figure to feature on.
well,
As an hour-long show.
again, I mean, think about it. Like the Young Bucks would never be relegated to Rampage, right? And I'm guessing
No.
I guess if it had to be
But
somebody
neither-
that isn't the
but shit.
if it's I guess I'm happy that it'd be Swerve and Our Glory versus fucking Ricky Starks and Hobbs, because I would want to see them on Wednesday. I'd want to see Hobbs and Starks on Wednesday, not on Friday.
But I feel like, is this the kind of confidence that you have in those two guys? Because I mean, even fucking Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, when they were still the champs, were on Dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, is that just like, are you not confident in those two guys? I don't understand that portion of it.
Some people are on Rampage more so than other, like Jade. I think Jade has a tendency, like her matches tend to take place on Rampage more so than Dynamite.
Now most of the matches they put her in are against basically jobbers.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, if you're going to showcase your women's division at any point in time, like, who else is going to look better on a poster than Jade fucking Cargill? Like,
I mean, her matches don't last long. They could fit two women's matches on Dynamite.
She would mess me up. Like, she would bust my ass.
Here's the deal, though, and I know that at this point I'm going to be crossing over into a different match, and we kind of just said nothing about FTR Wardlow. But, I mean, dude, if Athena doesn't take this belt off this woman's Sunday, like, who the fuck is there?
That's one of them, huh?
Like, who is it? If Athena doesn't do it, who, again, is supposedly one of your high-profile pickups from somewhere else, like, who's left?
Yeah.
It would have to be interference. Even then, that's just annoying, especially with this build-up you've had.
I don't want this drug on any further, any longer. Like, just this needs to just be it. Either Athena, either she drops it to Athena, or
because Athena can have matches every week.
Either Well, so either you drop it to Athena, or Athena needs to move on to something else, and Jade can go feud with I don't know who,
Britt.
But I just don't. I don't see this playing out in a way that I'm going to be happy about.
The baddies versus the dental assistants. Britt Baker and her dental assistants.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see Athena win. I've wanted her to beat Jade for that belt ever since she came in, because I want to see her do well.
Right, and what better opportunity to do it now anyway? Because I would assume they were grooming Statlander to do it, but she's out again, so this is your next best shot.
Athena might be top 2, top 3 at worst, most talented women on the roster. It needs to happen.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what would be next for Jade after that, but you know what? I'm not booking this shit, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, we don't. With Stokely,
but I want to see her.
Hey, you know what? She's been on Rampage week in and week out for the last 32 weeks. Maybe she can drop it and go take a vacation for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
push her, just
have her regroup.
Have her come back as the heel coming for the big belt.
I mean, I like to see, like, Athena does have it, I'd like to see her do like an open challenge, but not an open challenge with the likes of Marina Shafir or uh, at least not Nyla Rose until she's a little bit deeper into her reign.
run.
Because, God, I at least want to believe Nyla Rose might win a match and not be like the starter opponent for the new champion.
Right.
She's the women's Omos.
That is kind of what she's been, huh? She's like
Yeah.
always the first feud. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see where that one goes. But, yeah, I don't know. What else we got?
Casino ladder match with Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Penta, Rey Fenix, Rush, Andrade El Idolo, Dante Martin, and the Joker.
Someone
Good
is
Lord.
going to be seriously injured.
Yeah.
And my money is on Rey Fenix.
At
That's
least
what I was just thinking.
at least half the people.
Not that I wish any ill will on anyone. It just seems like he's odd man out on getting hurt.
Dude, if they, I just thought, this is a ladder match, if they insert fucking Sammy Guevara as the Joker, I'm going to be pissed off. Because I just thought about the cutters off the ladders and all the bullshit that he likes to do. It's like, I'm crazy. I'm like,
Look.
dude.
Look, at the only spot I want in this match, if nothing else, someone needs to be laying on top of a ladder, and Claudio needs to pick up the person and the ladder and do the swing.
Does Morrissey have a match?
That's what I want. Claudio? No.
No,
Morrissey.
Morrissey.
Oh, more?
No.
No. He could be the Joker.
Yeah. But that's not any fun.
I mean,
I
they
guess-
just randomly brought him in this week.
Yeah, but I'm pissed that he's
And
like,
it's in Chicago.
Hathaway stuck his nose in it. Like, I still don't know what you're even doing. Like,
He's
stop
just-
handing out business cards to people.
Nobody does.
He's collecting everybody on
Right,
the B
I
list
understand. Nobody
for a stable.
knows.
He's
But,
collecting his own
like-
Pokemon.
He's got his Infinity Gauntlet he's putting together.
As soon as Morrissey came out, he was like, I have a shiny.
Who left this Dragonite lying around?
Yeah.
There you go.
I feed it a berry.
But I don't know. I mean, as far as Jokers go,
What if he does a
I
big
wouldn't
swing
even-
with
wouldn't
the
even
ladder
begin to have a-
and just
no. Someone needs to be laying on top of the ladder. A big swing with just the ladder is not enough.
He's all
big
I
swing
can think
with
of.
Phoenix on the ladder, and then as it's swinging,
And
Phoenix
as it's
runs
swinging,
up
you-
the ladder and like kicks him in the head.
There's
If they can find a way to pull that off, oh my god, that's match of the night.
there's no other big men in this match, huh?
Just no, Claudio.
Yeah,
is it.
just
Roosh.
I mean, Andrade's pretty big.
Yeah, Roosh.
too.
Roosh is a pretty big dude.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
Andrade,
guess.
he's a meat man himself.
But those guys move. I'm talking like a big man, like Wardlow, like
No.
Morrissey, Hager. Like I
I
mean,
mean,
they may
Claudio's
bring
no small
Morrissey out.
guy.
No, definitely not.
No, but Claudio's got some speed to him.
They could have Morrissey come out and just pound on all the little men and just fucking take 2 steps up the ladder and fucking take the Sonic ring.
Nah, he would get everybody beat up on Morrissey and then pile the ladders on top of him spot to keep him away for 10 minutes.
Like handcuff him to the corner. But I can't think of anybody else since
so
Gargano
no guesses.
showed back up on WWE.
Yeah,
I don't know who the Joker would be. That would be a surprise.
Unless there's another person from
somebody
Impact
Impact
that's
let go.
leaving again.
Moose.
Yeah.
Moose.
It's gonna be fucking Sammy.
Moose. I want Moose. I want Moose at AEW, dude. I love Moose.
I think I've just convinced myself it's just gonna be Sammy.
Shut up.
Why do you hate yourself?
Listen, I'm turning this off.
I
I'm
hate
done.
Sammy, and that's why he's gonna be on there.
Oh no! Don't do that to
That's
us.
a
I'm moving
that's
on
a
to the
Vince
next
move. What's next?
thing. We got House of Black versus Miro, Sting, and Darby.
What's next? Not totally.
You mean you don't?
I love Miro. I love Miro.
Look, man. Yeah, dude. This
Yeah,
is what's
I'm
got
watching
me
it for
interested
Miro.
into this match. In this match is Miro still feuding with his god. I mean,
I just don't get the pairing.
Two things. Miro in the match, which is fine, awesome, and I want to see what Sting no sells this time.
Jesus,
that's it.
They're gonna choke him out like to death, like for fucking 5 minutes,
hanging him over the rope.
What the fuck?
What's going on?
Turned on. TV just turned on. What the fuck? I started talking about fucking Miro's God and pagans, and here we go. Fucking TV just turned on. What the fuck?
Rocky was watching.
You just got a visit from the Redeemer.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking. But yeah, he's gonna sit there. He's gonna choke Sting out till he's like limp, and as soon as he lets go, Sting's just gonna stand up and get in his face.
Right. I mean, shit. Well, last time he ate a super kick party and was just like,
they've got to lower Sting from the rafters at some point, huh? I know it's a touchy subject with the Owen Hart thing.
Especially after doing an entire tournament like with Owen Hart and Martha.
Yeah.
Martha
oh my God! How bad?
Dude,
how much poor taste would that be?
But you know, Tony.
Oh my God!
Tony's been fantasy planning this for 20 years. Like, oh man, I can't wait to open my own company and get Sting and have him zip line in.
I don't see that happening.
Look, I'll go for a lot of crazy shit, but even I'm against putting the 63-year-old man in a freaking harness.
If they did it,
lowering him down from
the top.
If they
did anything like that, I mean, it would be Darby, who,
No, Darby would just free dive.
Yeah,
out of a helicopter,
and somehow not die
into a glass of water in the middle of the ring.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, that's how it would go. Harness? Who needs a fucking harness?
Just put a match,
like a safety net. What's that?
House of Black is kind of like whatever. But let's see Miro and Sting interact. See what that's like.
That's my thing. Is I don't get the pairing. Like, I want Miro put Miro against the whole House of Black. Like,
okay, now
I want Miro
Sting and Darby Allin
skulls.
So Sting and Darby Allin are right there now. So this is a trios match, right? So does this mean that Miro is now obligated to come out in face paint, like Punk did?
He's going to come out with a crown of thorns or some shit.
Bulgaria, Bulgaria painted on his face. The flag.
I want him to have have the look of the helmet from the Redeemer from the Spawn comics.
Nice.
That would be great.
Would be
or
cool.
Looking like Braveheart and shit with
or
Bulgaria
just straight up Spawn.
That would sure, why not?
Spawn's from hell, isn't he?
With the glasses.
He is from hell. But there is a literal Redeemer in Spawn, so I figure that'd be the perfect crossover.
Oh,
but yeah, so either way, that's we got that going. I'm predicting Miro Sting Darby. Yeah. House of Black is just going to continue to lose.
Miro v. God remains the best feud going in AEW.
I need
long-term.
I need Miro throwing Darby at Malachi.
Yes, let's fucking launch him,
just like Raquel and.
Oh, it'll happen.
Like, dude, tuck your head.
Doubt.
No, I'm not tucking my head. Fuck.
Skull bash.
Yeah.
Do you want to practice
Darby,
this?
go.
Do you want to
Pokemon reference?
Yeah. Do you want to practice this? No, just throw me. Okay. I choose you.
Do I need to get Ethan Page to show you how to throw me?
Yeah.
Turns out that wasn't even rehearsed. They were just like, I'm sure Darby's going to be okay with this.
Oh, he's cool with it. He said, just do whatever. Just
This is
Right, yeah.
This is his thing. Just
Flight of stairs.
fucking sweet.
Oh,
they're carpeted. They're carpeted, right? No, they're cement. Okay, cool.
you know, I've watched that clip so many times now. I've gone back, and every time it happens, number one, I kind of cringe, but I also die laughing
Right.
just
It's
because.
great.
I think that was like
And secondly, whenever they pan back and they look and they show Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, Page has got a look on his face like, "Oh shit!" Like I may have chucked them a little too hard.
and
I'm
like
gonna
I
get a-
wasn't
I'm gonna get a
cool
letter.
on Ethan Page, like, but that like started to turn me, and then like I don't know, like I like all right, I'm with him. I like Ethan Page and what he's doing. That kind of
Right.
started that for me.
Scorpio was like, "We're getting an email about this."
Dude, let's get out of here like right now.
Oh man, it's
Scram.
cops.
Oh, Amscray.
So yeah,
All right.
hopefully
Hook
we get another
versus
House
Cool
of Black.
Hand
rules.
Ange.
Cool Hand Ange.
Hook versus Cool Hand Ant. Let's do it. Fucking bring out that fucking
I think this is one of
switchblade
those,
comb.
Because he and Menard have sort of Menard's always had personality, but now that Cool Hand has kind of been a little bit more involved, Hook needs to drop this belt to him like right now. That's fine. Just give him the belt.
Oh,
I think
dude, Menard's
this
gonna be
gonna
out
be-
there with him, isn't he?
Yes, he
Oh,
will.
God.
Yes, he will.
But
Yeah.
hold on. Hook's not going to be alone. We have someone who's very nice and very evil.
Oh my God, he's gonna curse Menard.
He's gonna curse Menard. Menard's gonna wander off into the back, like through the fans, just like zoned out. Like
He's gonna curse
Like
him, and he's
doing
just
his
gonna
little-
lose the twitch in his face.
I think this has the
It's
opportunity.
going to be him just sitting there cursing him, and Menard's just going to be like, just
Yeah.
as intense
Right.
as he can. Just like,
chewing his gum, like just. I think this is going to be.
That man.
I think this qualifies as one of the matches that they're going to save time with. I think they're gonna.
oh, yeah,
they're
I
gonna
think this is
have-
going to be on a pre-show.
Yeah, I think.
I would think so.
They-
That's not like a main card.
Yeah,
It's not a main card match, much less a unsanctioned title.
yeah.
So yeah,
I
pre-show.
think they're just feeding Hook,
Which is
on this
fine.
one. Feeding Hook on a paper.
Yeah. Maybe this will send them into a feud with fucking Jericho Appreciation Society.
which
But
may
hey,
be falling apart at the
maybe Hook goes for Red Rum, and Anna Jay jumps on top of him and chokes him out.
moment.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
The possibilities are endless,
Shit,
man.
That she didn't choke anybody out this week, huh?
No,
They done fucked up already with her. She should be choking out dudes every week.
that didn't sound right.
Well, whatever. Let's move on. I mean, yeah, we're kind of Ricky Starks versus Hobbs.
I have very little interest in this because I don't give two shits about Hobbs, but I like Starks. He's entertaining.
Homeboy,
Yeah.
Hometown boy.
yeah, homeboy Ricky Starks.
He'll win.
Uh,
There is no need to keep this feud going.
Yeah,
Target brand theory.
No.
Hey, Target's got nice brands. It's not at this.
No way.
I'm offended.
Mm-mm.
I've never seen a theory match, but I'm offended.
Here's okay.
He doesn't
Here's the
like
thing,
theory.
and this is-
Wes doesn't
I
like
feel
theory.
like-
I like theory a lot, so it's
I-
not
I
really
don't.
this.
I don't. But here's the thing. If I look at both of their bodies of work, Theory has more experience, I think, possibly. But if I'm looking at both of them and I'm going, who's going to be a future star? Like legit star? It ain't going to be Theory.
I think
No fucking way.
comparing them, I say it, but I think they're where they belong. Just like I said with Cody, how Cody fits better with WWE just with the production value.
They are where they belong.
Think Theory
but
fits
I can
better
see...
with that. Theory wouldn't look good on AEW. I don't think Starks would look good in WWE. I think they are stars in their own lane.
Theory looks good on WWE TV because Theory is fucking manufactured. Like, he is built from the ground up by WWE.
He's a beautiful man for the camera.
Like, right? He was molded.
You can shine him up
to be he was molded to be exactly what Vince thought was supposed to be a superstar.
Right.
Like that's it. Like
Starks,
he didn't
Starks
work in the indies real. As far as I know. Yeah, Starks is a kid who is working his way up.
Yeah.
Hey, at least for what I know and what they've told me on AEW, he's done a lot of work in the indies in Texas, in Houston. That's like where he's like based out of, or where he was based out of as an indie wrestler. So like,
right.
And I don't know. I think,
but I also can see him. I can also see him at some point blowing up to the point where he could potentially be desirable by WWE.
Oh, no doubt. They'll
like
try
he's got the crossover appeal.
And it's still like,
so yeah,
and he may even try. I mean,
I don't know. Theories manufactured by WWE, even the people that they tend to put together, like you don't become a star in WWE, and at least in my opinion, unless you fucking break out of the mold that they try to put you in, and then you become a star.
Yeah,
to a certain extent. But I mean, like, look at the guys that they've got, like the Usos, manufactured. Roman Reigns, manufactured.
Yeah.
Theory, manufactured. You know, these other guys, basically all the guys that Triple H is bringing back or had eyes on that was like, these are going to be your guys at some point. They're all indie wrestlers who like did their craft.
Yeah.
Came up the hard way.
Yeah.
They weren't, picked out of a random tryout, and said, here, we're going to throw you in NXT and mold you into, what our image of a superstar is.
And that's right.
Like I say that just because, like, again, the limited amount of WWE that I've seen since I started watching wrestling again, the man she just came out of nowhere. Or it's just, even if she didn't come out of nowhere, the crowd got behind her in such a way that they had to
But
do
Becky was
something.
another one, though. Becky was another one. Becky's been wrestling since she was like 16.
Yeah.
Or like some stupid young age in Ireland and in Europe and stuff. It's like she's technically an indie wrestler. So I don't
right.
I can't count her. Like I don't count her as
no. What I'm saying is like she's
I see
a star despite WWE because like she.
Oh yeah. Because her she blew up organically.
Yeah, like she was cutting a heel promo, but like the fucking crowd wasn't like she was cutting a heel promo and the crowd just kind of just says fuck that. We're gonna cheer you because we fucking love you. And then Nia Jax's botch machine made Becky that night before Survivor Series, and just, I mean, it was beyond WWE's control at that point.
Yeah, but it's weird too because like they've definitely shown their tendency to be really fucking stubborn when the Roman Reigns experiment was not fucking working in the beginning.
Yeah,
and they just kept it and kept it, and it was like, dude, we are not cheering for your baby face. Like, we just don't want it.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to turn him heel. So this is just going to be stagnant for a while until you figure it out. And I mean, eventually they kind of figured it out. But again, like they took the leash off of him.
Yeah.
they had the whole Irish last kicker thing going, and everybody loved
Which I was
Becky.
cool with.
Everybody loved Becky. Everybody loved Sasha, Charlotte, Bailey. Everybody loved the Four Horsemen. Like, but none of them were. Besides maybe Charlotte, just because the look, the family name, everything. But Becky wasn't taken off until she got her face pounded. Like, she takes that fist to the face and bleeds.
She was
all
absolutely
of a sudden,
the weak link.
superstar.
Well, she was the weak link, quote unquote. Like, I don't know. If I put all four of them next to each other, it's definitely, if I'm being subjective and not like, singling out Charlotte because I just flat out don't care for her, but if I'm being as unbiased as possible, I mean, it's definitely Charlotte first, Becky second. To me.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's.
And then probably Bailey and Sasha are interchangeable, I guess.
For different reasons.
I don't really care much for Bailey,
Yeah.
but yeah, for various reasons. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely Charlotte Becky, for sure. But for whatever reason, you're right. She was the one that they were like, you can
But
go to the
even
back.
then, at that, at that time,
don't-
they were still trying to push Sasha. But it's not that she was necessarily that much weaker or anything than the other two. But I think at that point, Charlotte was a league
Sasha
of
has
her
the
own.
Sasha has the celebrity family attached to it, or attached to her, and I think Bailey just has the look that Vince likes.
Yeah.
To put it that way and leave it there. Like, and Becky didn't fit any of that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she was able to
Becky
literally scratch
Becky
and
was
claw
just
her
kind
way
of
out.
there. She didn't really have a gimmick or anything. Like, Sasha was a bitch. Bailey was hug me.
Right.
Like, Charlotte was the Empress.
Right.
And you had the last kicker. That was pretty much it. So, yeah.
Right.
But anyway, we went through all that talking about Theory and Starks. My only differentiation between those two,
that was weird.
My main differentiator between those two is Starks.
So I was trying to process
Starks
how we
feels
got
like
there.
a real person, a real wrestler. Theory is a WWE superstar. Like, we always joke about they call them superstars, they call them sports entertainers. Theory is the definition of that. Like,
right, he has been bred through the farm system to be that. He wasn't a wrestler who had to learn how to be a sports entertainer. I think now it's going to be the other way around. He's a sports entertainer who has to learn how to be a wrestler, because I don't think he's like great in the ring.
Watched a lot of Attitude
but
Era
he's entertaining
growing up. Whereas I think
and he's trying to fit it all in.
Starks is like, he grew up like in that. So I think he developed his own personality, just accentuating his own.
Yeah.
Yep. What do we got next? The All Antarctic Championship. Pat gets a match
versus
Kip Sabian.
Against my girl's husband.
Yeah.
Who I haven't seen in a very long time.
No. Both her and
Bunny.
Yeah. No, she hasn't been on TV.
I think the last thing that she did was that little feud with her and
Bunny versus Anna Jay, and like the 2-on-2 death match. I haven't seen much since then.
Yeah.
That was great. I love that match, but yeah, I haven't seen much.
But like before that, it was a combination just of the mix of them for like weeks.
Or last I remember is them getting
right.
married. Like Kip and Penelope getting married, and I haven't really seen her wrestle since. At least I haven't.
Well, I mean, she definitely that was that happened before the bunny matches. That
Was it? Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that was when Miro changed from the what was it
The best
the,
man.
the best man over to the Redeemer, and he killed Kip Sabian. Like,
And we hadn't seen Kip since.
and we hadn't seen Kip since, and then here he goes. He pops up and attacks Pac.
Now he's like
Now he's got a match on All Out.
he looks like he'd be like the villain in the next Uncharted movie. Like he collects paintings that like are lost.
Yeah. He is very dapper. With his box head.
And he's like, I feel like, I don't know this to be the case, but I feel like the way that he dresses and his look is like it's like one of those guys with the eye makeup on.
I
Mhm.
swear to God, I looked at him a couple times that they showed the angles and the replays, and I thought I saw lipstick at one point, and I felt like it was going to
Could've been.
fit. Like it was just like I know that's probably the look they're trying to give him. They're trying to make us just hate the way he looks, like he's snobby shit.
Yeah.
But it's working because I'm worked. I want to hit him. I don't even know him.
It's not a match I'm like super excited for, but I feel like this is like a sleeper. Like maybe not steal the show, but definitely has the potential to be better than I expect.
And does he come back from all this time away and all this popping up here and there with the box and shit, like, or the bag over his head? Like, does he be all away all this time and not win this specific championship?
I was just thinking about that, and I'm torn on that.
I can see it both ways. I mean, I feel like he would probably be better holding the belt because he actually like has a little bit more personality than Pac, just by nature of their characters.
Yeah,
but
Pac's
I also
a bastard.
feel like
I mean,
Pac is a bastard. He's not just a bastard; he's the bastard.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you have him drop the belt this early on?
Why not? I mean, he's been defending it off TV.
Off TV.
But that's the whole point.
TV.
That's the whole point of the thing. He's been defending it on fucking YouTube.
Doing
And
trios
if there's
matches.
if there's any belt for Kip Sabian, at least as of right now, because I don't really think he's like, I don't know. That seems like if he's going to have a belt, it's going to be the All Atlantic Championship. Because also, like, he's not U.S. born. I don't know exactly where he's from, but I don't know. I can definitely see him winning it, but we'll see.
I figured out that's what he looks like. He looks like a bad guy from Pokemon. Another
He's a
Pokemon
gym leader.
reference. Yeah, he looks like a gym leader.
Yeah.
The ice gym.
Jesus. The fucking Pokemon references are strong in this one. Jesus.
Again.
Dude.
I think they do we get Penelope interference? Are we going to wish it into existence talking about Penelope here?
I mean, she could interfere.
You're going to wish it into existence.
She could interfere, and that's how he ends up with the belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That way
I don't know.
Don't have to legit beat Pac.
There's a part of me that wants there's a part of me that says Pac needs to keep the All Indian Ocean belt for now. This feud needs to go more than a pay-per-view.
Y'all know how much I like Pac as far as like his look and everything. I've said that before. He just looks like a hard ass. Looks like a guy that should have a belt, should be whooping people's asses. But I mean, at the same time, if you had all this build up and storyline with Kip, how do you just squash it by just beating him? Like, oh, okay. Well, Kip's back.
I mean,
anyway.
Like a feud hasn't continued on after a person loses the belt.
Yeah.
And again,
right.
It's not like this belt needs rankings to have challengers. So I mean,
No, not at all. They just do it on a whim.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. This one could go either way. Either way, I expect it to be really good. I'm a fan of Pac. I've been a fan of since he was in WWE.
Kip's okay. I like Pac a lot.
I do too.
I'm torn on
Hey,
who. Like
I don't
said,
hate Kip like I hate Sammy, so I'm willing to watch it.
I'll take anyone over Sammy. I'm sorry.
Penelope, if you're listening,
Not sorry.
show
up. I guess because we skipped it, you got what's supposed to be on the, I assume, the pre-show, Ishii versus Kingston 2, which apparently I missed. Kingston versus Ishii 1.
I mean, it's going to be two hard-ass dudes beating the shit out of each other. I don't know what else to say about it.
What was one? Forbidden Door? Did they count
Exactly.
that as one?
No, I'm sure it happened in Japan somewhere, not televised, nothing to do with AEW, probably.
I just thought maybe they were counting that mess match as one.
I don't know. I was thinking, wasn't there a tournament with? I don't know. I don't remember. And it could have been just like,
either way.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't remember.
I feel like I would prefer to see Kingston and Suzuki, but I'll take Ishii as a consolation.
I mean, I think we had gotten that as well.
I want to see that every time, every chance I get.
Slapping the shit out of each other.
That's it. 15 minutes. I want a 15-minute
just
match of
back
nothing.
And forth until somebody
just
falls.
Back and forth. That's it. That's what I want.
Has a heart attack.
That is what I want.
Oh, it makes me glad that we got
all right,
that.
So I guess
we got that Suzuki Samoa Joe match when we down here in New Orleans when we went.
That was so great.
They slapped the shit out of each other then as well.
It's an unexpected delight. Let's see. I'm running through the card.
Do we not have any Takeshita on this card? Come on.
No,
he's back in Japan.
No, actually, I think he's in Europe.
Oh, is he currently in Europe?
I think he's in Europe.
No.
Yeah, so we've pretty much gone through everything and saved the last two.
Yes, I've been skipping around the trio.
We saved the last two for last?
Yes, so the trio, huh?
I said we saved the last two for last?
Yes, you get the trios finals, which I'm very disappointed in, to be honest with you.
Dude, the brackets.
Because there's no fucking way in hell that Adam Page and Dark Order are beating the Best Friends. And when that happens, there's no way in hell that the Best Friends are beating the Elite.
Dude, yes. So it's going to be Adam Page
should have been
and Dark Order versus the Elite.
No.
Hey,
There's
don't underestimate Johnny Hungy.
No way.
The meat man cometh.
You mean
for pure entertainment value? For pure entertainment, it has to be the Best Friends.
You're talking entertainment. We're talking story here. I mean, Adam Page and the Elite. I mean,
I don't care about anything that I don't care about anything that Adam Page
with his current best friends.
I do not give a shit about anything that Adam Page is currently doing. And I won't care about anything that Adam Page is doing for a very long fucking time.
But I want to see the Meat Man running around and fucking people up on pay-per-view. That's what I want to see.
No, I'd rather see Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks play into the Best Friends shtick.
You know they want to see Orange Cassidy on the
pay-per-view.
Right. And this was
goddamn right they do. God
damn it. I hate when this shit happens because then it just makes me seem like an Orange Cassidy fucking hater, and I'm not.
This shit's happening on Rampage too. That match.
I had a problem with the brackets. The brackets were so lopsided.
This scenario should have never even fucking happened. It should be the Elite and United Empire.
Yeah.
in the finals.
Yeah,
That's what it should have been.
The one side of the bracket had United Empire, Bucks and Omega.
And the other side had a bunch of
Death
fucking
Triangle.
jobbers.
Like, you had the big names, the 30-minute fucking main eventers,
right,
on one side of the bracket, and then you had your comical gigs on the other side.
This should have been United Empire, the Elite on the pay-per-view. Why the fuck does he keep giving away like all these good matches on TV?
Right. Ratings.
The only thing I can say is
That's
that
it.
he wanted to save fucking Osprey and Omega for either another pay-per-view down the line, or I heard someone or I've seen someone suggest that Osprey and Omega is going to happen at Wrestle Kingdom 12, the next Wrestle Kingdom for New Japan.
Yeah, I
Pro
think I heard
Wrestling.
the same thing in January. Whenever Wrestle Kingdom, I think Wrestle Kingdom's in January.
Yeah,
but yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I think
but
part
even
of it
still,
was
like you could still have the match on pay-per-view, even if you're planning a singles match between the two of them later on. It's not like you're giving that match away. A singles match between the two of them would be totally different than a trios match. Totally different.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't care either way which way this goes, because I mean the Elite's going to win. So ultimately, it really doesn't matter who they're up against. It would have been more intriguing for sure, like you said, if it was United Empire versus the Elite.
100%.
But I mean, it definitely feels like.
I mean, we've all known from the very fucking beginning of this whole thing that as soon as those belts were introduced, and you knew the Young Bucks were in it, you knew that Kenny was going to be the partner, all the way down to. Again, unless they throw some crazy swerve and make a weird decision that I also wouldn't be I honestly wouldn't be upset about. Yeah, the Elite's winning. But I wouldn't mind. I would have no issue whatsoever if the Best Friends won those belts. I actually think they would probably be better off being the inaugural champs. Personally.
Matt Jackson loses a shoe in the match. Keep an eye out for the shoe, guys. Keep an eye out for the shoes.
Whatever happens with the shoe dictates how. You're right. It happened last time. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
whatever happens to the shoe.
Maybe the Best Friends will finally get cheating right.
He lost it. That's right. He lost the shoe, and they lost the belts.
Oh man, honestly, like them. The Best Friends trying to cheat.
What a storytelling! What a storytelling device, huh?
Dude, I was just thinking, if that's like the basis, if that's what we're gonna go off, the storytelling, and it hinges on Matt Jackson's shoe, and the Best Friends actually figuring out a way to cheat, then let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
I say whip out the chainsaw.
I was going to say the chainsaw and just cut the whole foot off.
Oh man,
they've done everything
but
cut off a limb,
and then Matt Jackson's like, "Here, just take the shoe," and he takes off his own shoe, because whoever takes off the shoe, they lose the match. So
that's it.
Fuck now.
So.
I just got excited for this match for a reason that is probably not what they're looking for.
Because maybe they're not counting that anybody's realized this.
No, I think after the last time, I think they've had to realize it.
And we're talking about excitement, just going into this Dynamite leading up to it. We were talking about United Empire a little bit. They had Bucks Omega versus United Empire for the semifinal or quarterfinal?
Yeah.
No, semifinal.
Yeah, semifinal.
Because they're in it. I was talking about going in. I was messaging y'all, and I was like, God damn, I sure hope this doesn't look like the Death Triangle match, where the first 2 minutes of the match, they're just like dancing around each other and like helping each other do flips and Phoenix bows at the end. Like, I was like, oh man. And y'all were like, oh, calm down, old man. And we go into this week, and boy, as soon as the match started, they start beating the shit out of each other.
This was not a typical Young Bucks match.
They did a little bit.
It started out with Kenny and Osprey in first.
Well, not even that. Not even that. Like I was, paying attention to what was going on in the chat, and I'm going, they didn't do anything overly outrageous.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah. They did a few things that are just like
if they did their,
tossed in,
Osprey
like
is
they're-
Osprey, and he's
Yeah.
gonna do his flipping
Right.
corkscrew plancha senton combos, and
but it didn't look
you know-
hyper choreographed until I think it was
It did
Matt
not.
Jackson. All of a sudden, just everybody was in the right spot, and he starts doing that pinball thing where he's like, super kick,
Yeah.
roll out, jump drop kick, roll out, through the ropes, backflip, back in the ring, super kick. Like, and it's like, I'm sitting there like, God damn, dude, slow down. Like,
there's one spot. There's one spot in this match where Osprey got what I feel like he got a little too cute, and that was when he did that front flip off the top rope into was it a pile driver
Oh, bruh.
that they had on?
Hold on, I wrote about that.
Because it was like, yeah.
Homeboy sets up like what looks to be a pile driver, and it looks like they're going to do the thing where he's about to pile drive him. Other dude jumps off the top ropes and like pounds his feet.
Yeah,
on
they,
his
like,
ass
they, it
and
was like he
drives
was.
his-
It was like they were going to go for the. It was like they were going to go for the Meltzer driver,
But
basically.
I don't know what he was going for, but he does this half-ass front flip and like shoves his forehead
into like a
dude's
shoulder
ass crack.
tack. Into like a shoulder like.
And he just kind of
Of
like
all people, to
Oh
fucking
my
fuck that
God.
up.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
God!
He
I don't
got
know.
a little. He got a little too cute.
Somebody wasn't on the same page.
Slow the
Oh.
fuck down.
Exactly. Just slow down, dude. Like, you could have just put an elbow in his ass crack, but just like jumped
And
into
they had
a
the
Randy
spot when they
Savage elbow. Like, but oh man,
They had the spot with United Empire doing
Hulk
the
Hogan elbow,
superplex to
whatever.
Ken, doing the superplex to Kenny off the top rope, and they took a long time to set that up, and camera kind of caught a little bit of one of the United Empire guys like either calling the spot or talking or saying something
yeah.
to Kenny, and all I could think of is them going, "Are you sure? Like, you're still being held by duct tape and sticks. Are you sure that you want to take this? Like, we're just
Man.
looking out for you, bro." And it
Yeah.
still looked bad. Like, it still looked like he didn't hit that correctly, or he didn't hit the landing correctly. And then like ripped his shirt off and they showed his back. I was like, "Oh, this dude is definitely not 100%."
I know. Omega
So,
looked a
He's
rough
got like
on a
the
couple of spots.
the suction cup bruises are on one side from like therapy,
Yeah.
but then he's like
Yeah.
all bruised up on the other side where he was taped up, like actual legitimate bruises.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, you're not ready, dude.
They had a couple spots in it that I thought were really clever. Ospreay grabs one of the super kicks from I think it was Matt Jackson, and he spun it around and
And hit Nick.
hit Nick like with that foot. I thought that was pretty clever. And then Omega goes to run at Ospreay off the ropes. Ospreay runs at him, runs up his chest, does a backflip.
Yeah.
Off of Omega. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the guy is like stupid entertaining to watch,
Oh yeah,
but he's just sometimes he gets a little too cute, and it's like, dude, you don't have to go through all that. Like, it's okay.
yeah. But before going back to
forehead's planted in another dude's ass.
Jesus, dude, it was like the super flip flying headbutt to the ass crack. Like, it was so bad. And then he just dropped him like, oh man, we really put some force on him. Go team.
There's got to be a way to put Os in the middle or beginning or front of that somewhere, like everything else. An Os cutter. It's like, it's
bruh.
just a cutter, dude. Calm down.
But yeah,
It's like, oh, you hit him with the Os cutter. It's like, dude, Matt Jackson just did that like 5 minutes ago. You didn't call it the Jackson cutter. Same move.
Nah, but once you select it from that menu and put your name on it, then it's just the impact is that much more.
Yeah, I guess so. See what happens when they were when they were building the move list, he used that as a signature move, and Matt Jackson just put it in as a regular move.
Exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Totally.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Okay, now there's only one match left to talk
I don't
about.
need to talk about it. I just need to ask. Last thing about that, Brandon Cutler, the fuck is he spraying on their back? Is that like the first
spray,
aid?
man.
Is that the first aid spray from fucking Resident Evil? Like, you are healed.
Hey, he's looking out for his friends.
Months.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Main event time. I think
it's the only other match left to talk about.
Okay,
I got my heel shirt. I got my heel shirt on. I got my heel Punk shirt on. I'm ready. Come at me. Come at me. Tell me when he's telling lies.
I won't be happy to go back.
So you know what's funny is like at the beginning, I don't remember exactly at what point in the show tonight that he said it, but fucking Excalibur was talking about how Punk couldn't feel his foot, whatever, after last week or whatever. Yeah. But that was the same after he injured it the first time after he hit the barricade. So it was like the first time I feel like that they actually acknowledged him banging his foot against the barricade. Now, of course, I think Punk in the earlier promo mentioned like, that he had hurt his foot before the match with Adam Page and whatever. He
basically was like, he was right.
But I was like, fucking fool. Just lay off the fucking stave jumps. Jesus.
Even last week he teased jumping into the crowd.
He teased it last week. Yeah, this thing. All right, like I guess I can play it both sides, but this in all reality, this thing is a mess. The booking to this thing is a fucking mess.
How do you?
I don't have a huge issue with it, like as much as most people do. But if you're like if I'm looking at it objectively, it's a mess. Like there is like huge like stretches of like suspension of disbelief.
How do you book either one to win without making the other one look like a fool at this point?
Well, that's what they tried to do, and at least I have spent nothing but the last 3 weeks doing everything I possibly can to try to put all the puzzle pieces together to make this thing like make any kind of sense. And the only thing that I can come up with was they're both faces. As far as I know, they're not planning on turning either one of them heel, much less Mox. They got into a situation where they booked themselves in Mox's hometown, and then immediately after the following week, you're in Punk's hometown.
Right.
So the only way to make this thing work where neither one of them gets booed or comes out unhappy is you gave Mox the win in his hometown to get the cheap pop and send the crowd home happy. And as far as I can tell, Punk's going to get his receipt and get his hometown pop Sunday and get the belt back. And after that, you got two ways to play it. You either keep him a face, or this is a very good opportunity to turn him heel.
It was a weird
and I feel like
match
if Punk has any kind of sway on his creative control, like if he's got any kind of creative control on his character whatsoever, I think even he would be smart enough to go, they're turning on me, it's time to turn heel.
Right. But who's turning on him?
Might as well just go full.
No one's turning on him.
The fans are turning on him. Absolutely they are.
Social media is. I mean, not totally.
Even before the social media shit, before all these reports of he's a piece of shit and he's going off script and he fucking hates it in AEW and he hates wrestling and all. Even before all of that, I could kind of tell the crowds in the city, in some of these cities before the injury, were starting to kind of sour on him a little bit.
Well, I think I think it's a lot of,
and now this doesn't help. Like all the stories coming out, rumors. I'll put them as rumors because I don't believe a word of it. But
we don't know.
Even all of that is plays into it now. So fuck it, why not? Why not just roll with it?
I mean,
Now,
he
this
was.
I feel like Punk is smart enough to just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna roll with it. They want me to be the bad guy, I'll be the fucking bad guy. Why not?
I'm not the bad guy. You're the bad guy.
Tonight's show, the night that we're recording here is August 31st.
Yes.
Tonight's show. Now, if this doesn't scream heel, I don't know what does. What they followed it up with is another story. But Punk comes out and he's on the microphone. He's talking about broken bones and times he's hurt himself or whatever. And he goes, he says, I've broken bones and I've hurt myself. And then he goes, I've probably done it 16 more times than this fat guy sitting in the front has been screwed. And then he goes,
and he's like,
I
sorry.
don't even know the fat guy that he's talking about, but I feel like he probably deserved it. I don't know. I don't know.
He was asking for it. You should have seen what he was wearing.
I mean, I don't know. That's just me making an assumption. When they panned the camera, and I was like, hey, he probably deserves it. I was like, I don't know.
That's why they never pan the camera, right?
And then
that was like one of those weird, like heel Ric Flair things, like sit down and shut up, fat boy. And never actually talked to anyone.
Came out very MJF. So, but it was just random. He just like threw it in and was like, I love Chicago. We are Chicago. You fat fuck, you've never been screwed in your life. Okay.
Now cheer me. Now cheer me because I insulted you.
Right. So
he called me out.
Me like,
you're Chicago. You're Chicago. You're Chicago, and you love me no matter what I do. So fuck you all. Yeah.
He's talking to me.
Like Punk acknowledged us. He acknowledged me.
He's fading into Christian, like almost. Like I don't know what's going on. It's like you keep getting these hints the past couple weeks of like, man, Punk's kind of being a dick. And then like all of a sudden it's like, but I love the fans and I fight for you guys. And it's like, what are you?
Eddie Kingston is a
that's
bum.
That's where I'm like, just
dude, what? Get the fuck out of here, man. I turned on Punk hard after that first promo with Mox. I was like, motherfuckers, fuck you, Punk. I was very happy that he got squashed last week. I was very happy.
Tell
with that
me
decision.
Tell me when he's telling lies.
Bro, he roasted his ass.
He didn't even last long enough for Moxley to bleed. Come on, man.
I fucking love that.
He bleeds every match.
Yeah, that's pretty unimpressive. If you can't make Mox bleed in a match.
Now, that's the only part of this whole thing where I'm very confused. That's the one part that doesn't make sense. If you're going to do it, and you were going to do the match and unify the belts and still have the main event for the championship Sunday, I don't understand why it was a squash. That's the part I don't understand.
Storytelling. Was that selling his foot?
I suppose, but could it also have been some kind of weird punishment? Like,
I mean, if his foot hurts
something
so
that
bad,
happened backstage,
I don't know. I mean, he did go bad.
He did supposedly go off script. They did hold a talent meeting before that particular show. Maybe TK was like, "Hey,
maybe that's where Moxley bled."
Now, I do know that supposedly the other thing floating around that I read was part of the reason that they even had the match last week was because Mox didn't want the interim name anywhere associated with him. And I think they kind of appeased him by just doing the unification then and just now having the belt, one belt that you're fighting for.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that
because
like, he's
not a fan
that pitched like the shit last week.
He was the one that pitched it
this week, but it makes sense
because correct
with the crowds, the locations, and where they were at, like
all of it. That's the one putting the puzzle pieces together. That's the most logical thing I could come up with. Was this is the only way to make it to where everyone is happy.
The only thing to me that throws it off though is like if Punk's foot was so bad that he just got destroyed in 3 minutes last week and couldn't even make Moxley bleed. Is it really so much better a week later that he can just turn around and just dominate Moxley now?
Well, he's
Right.
probably gonna just play babyface for at least this match, like hardcore babyface in his hometown. Like, I mean, we all saw what Moxley did to him last week, and he's gonna fucking fight through it at All Out and end up winning again.
Dude, this whole "We Are Chicago" thing, they need to have a spot where it may be fake fans in the crowd, and they all hold Moxley, hold his arms and fucking chest back, and like Punk just beats the shit out of him, and it's like Punk's people helping him out. Like,
if there is one thing that is guaranteed in this match, is that it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. They will both be bleeding.
Yes,
probably.
Dude,
Easily.
Mox is going to be bleeding before the match. He's
going to do it. He's going to pull a Goldberg and headbutt the locker before he goes out.
He's going to cut himself on his water bottle when he comes out.
Or like the very beginning of the match is going to, like, Punk is going to have him bleeding very early on.
Either way, they're both going to be bleeding, and it's going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Whoever has to clean that shit up is not going to be having a good night.
I just throw it all away and burn it. It's fine.
Just make it another dog collar match.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, ultimately, I feel like this thing could theoretically go. No, I'm lying to myself. It can't go any other way other than Punk winning.
They're not going to
because of where you're because of where you're at. Anything other than him winning that belt, you are setting yourself up to a fucking riot.
And I was fucking disappointed
in the literal sense.
when
not in the literal sense, but like that's a bad idea.
And I was fucking disappointed after he won the belt and then immediately had to step away. Like, what the fuck? Not even one title defense. You dumbass. I was like, your dumbass runs and does a stage dive the first day after you go. Just go to fuck home.
Yeah. I was really mad about that.
I was
Phil.
so annoyed by that. Jobber Phil, fucking, and his bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, Punk's gonna win. He's gonna win.
For once, I'm gonna feel a little dirty, wanting Mox to lose.
Mox doesn't need the belt,
but he doesn't.
Mox doesn't need the belt.
The whole aura around Punk is everybody wants him to be the champion. And he's back because he wants to be because he's back because he wants to be the champion and he wants his name back. And I don't know.
But that's not necessarily true. Not everybody wants him to be champ. As a matter of fact,
not everybody anymore. Like Rocky.
A lot of people don't even want him to be in the fucking promotion anymore because they all think he's a selfish fucking prick who's in it for himself and taking the spot from somebody else that could be
I've
potentially
told you
have
I've got friends that have thought that for 8 years now.
The idea that he'd get so fucking pissed off at Adam Page for dropping like this little bitty line that not even calling out Colt Cabana directly, but just like referring to him in like this very loose way is so fucking absurd. I was like, man, but I mean, from what everybody tells me,
why they had
like it could be true.
Considering the falling out that him and Cabana had and the reason that they had the falling out, I can totally understand why he'd get pissed. Totally could understand it. So I'll give him a pass. I can totally get it.
I mean, it's whatever, but like
knowing
fucking, I mean, dude, say what you got to say, but like behind closed doors, backstage, or whatever. Like that, it was just weird. It was just weird, and then the fucking
well, whose fault? Well, okay, well that's not Punk. That's not on Punk. No. If Page was the one that dropped the line, that's not on Punk. Page started that shit. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
No, you're not telling lies, but that bitch came back. That dude came back after 7 years of being out of the industry. Possibly like one of the biggest fucking nights in AEW history.
Right. Like they referenced tonight, he sold out a fucking building on a rumor.
let it go, you bitch.
Right.
Let it go. Colt Cabana is nowhere near you in any AEW in any sense. You're such a star. Like, dude, just fucking let it go. Not even let. I'm not going to tell a man to let it go. Just like go into business for yourself and just petty as fuck, which, as I understand, Punk to be, and that's fine. It's just
Okay, but then all right. So all right. Well, now I'm gonna have this. If we're gonna have this debate, tell Kingston to let go whatever fucking Guevara said about him then.
hey, him and Sammy
Because
actually squashed their shit.
They did patch it up.
Yeah.
They did squash it. But I'm just saying they had fucking beef
Sammy deserves
over
well,
something that
look,
somebody said that
hey,
he didn't want him to
Eddie
say.
Kingston said it himself that CM Punk is a piece of shit. So, I mean, Eddie
Sounds like
Kingston,
a bunch of petty bitches to me.
Eddie Kingston is a
Including
flawed
Eddie.
man, but he's a flawed man. But he squashed the shit.
Sometimes
just
he
saying.
just drinks and his wife cries and shit gets said.
She's still
Man,
crying
he
to
grew
this
up on the
day,
streets
Chris.
of Yonkers,
She's still
man.
crying to this day.
And it's honestly it's all
hate
Chris
you,
Jericho's
Chris.
fault. It's all Jericho's fault.
She's still crying. She's still crying to this day. Oh
Because I
man.
hate you, Chris.
But no, I mean, yeah, all of this shit is just nature of the fucking beast at this point. But
It makes for
There's
a
also a
very,
very big-
entertaining product.
there is also a very big difference between not asking a guy if he can call him a fat piece of shit on a promo if he's okay with that,
Oh, yeah.
as opposed to having a lawsuit against a big giant corporation and basically coming out on the losing end and losing a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And having a big falling out with what was at the time your best friend over the entire situation because of a podcast.
Yeah.
So
Now we need Kingston versus Disco Inferno. Oh,
Glenn Gilberti.
Yes. It's fucking.
I'm not gonna get in. I have words, but I'm not gonna get into that. That's not the subject tonight.
The only thing is like how. Yes. Actually, you know what? I don't want to actually see a match with that dude in it. I just want to see like a 15-minute segment of Max Caster just burying his ass constantly. That would be fun.
I do you one better. I want Jungle Boy to get behind the wheel of a car.
Oh. Okay. You're talking about crime here, so that's. Hey,
You want violence? I'll give you violence.
there you go. I'm down for violence. Cut a dude's head off. I don't care. Show me a pair of breasts on TV. I get very offended.
God, don't you hate that?
God.
It's terrible.
So what are we? Are we gonna get heel Punk and maybe the return of face MJF?
MJF will never be a face.
Hey, we thought we'd never see Punk get squashed either.
Let me rephrase that. He will be a face. He can be a face for a month, and it'll turn out to be an elaborate fucking ruse, and he was heel the entire goddamn time.
I've watched interviews with him going into it, knowing who MJF is, and then like I'm watching the interview, and the whole time I'm like, God damn, MJF is actually like a really cool person. And like I'm getting worked on a fucking YouTube video. And like it gets to like the last few minutes and I'm like, oh Jesus, this dude. I'm like, okay, he's back.
Dude, no lie, he had me it doesn't take much. It takes a lot to get me worked because I just know enough over the years. He had me worked during the freaking feud he had with Punk for like that 1 week with the fucking photo,
his t-shirt and shit.
And his t-shirt. Like, he had me in the palm of his fucking hands.
And dude, he's gonna be the one. He's gonna have like this whole fucking documentary.
And then he turned out to be a
segment,
rat
like,
bastard.
Look, at this point, this is why CM Punk is a heel and piece of shit, because he does this at this point, and it's like it's gonna be like he's gonna reference like all the backstage bullshit that's happened, like all that. Yeah, I don't know.
What a perfect way to reintroduce him.
Yeah, Yeah. I really ready for him to return.
You had the chance in Chicago tonight.
You see
People
what
ain't
they're
forgot
doing
about
though
him.
is there's less and less talk about it as it's going on. There's been so much other shit going
Well,
on.
that's the whole idea.
Is they
That's
really
the
have
whole
gotten to
idea.
the point where they've put us to sleep a little bit.
And
And
yeah,
when they
That's
bring
he's
it,
going
the
to come
whole
they
out.
bring
idea.
him,
I mean, so last year at the end of All Out, we had both Danielson and Cole debut.
Right.
and Ruby.
Well,
So.
she debuted during the show, yeah, in a match, but fuck
Rubio
that.
no.
So.
But I don't know.
That's
I mean,
even better.
they're obviously going to save something for the end of All Out. MJF walking out after fucking Punk wins the championship. I don't know.
I don't know if I want it to go down like that. I wouldn't be 100% opposed to it, but I don't know if I want it yet. Like, I don't think I want that yet.
I've had those feelings about certain things that have happened, but then like after, then there are just ways that they're. I don't know. I wanted Punk to lose last week. Never did I expect him to
That it would
lose
actually happen
the way that he did. So I trust
Yeah.
him in a sense to deliver, like whatever it is, it's going to be delivered. Fucking, there's a good chance
Eventually
of me
you'll
coming
get-
away of like feeling really good about it.
Eventually, they're going to give you what you want.
Yeah,
For sure. My thing
'cause
is,
they don't
is like,
actively
I don't
hate you.
Here's where my brain goes is, okay, you just had this giant fucking clusterfuck with him winning the belt, breaking his foot, being out, this clusterfuck of a booking to get basically back to square one of him winning the belt. I don't want MJF to be his first feud. That's what I don't want.
I don't want that either because
if
I want MJF
if
to win it
MJF
off of him.
Correct. And I don't think that it would do anybody I mean, it would do a disservice to Punk, I guess, if it really matters to him, but it's just one of those things where like I don't think he should lose the belt again on what would technically be his first title defense.
No, but MJF would be the kind of dick to just come back up and show up then just to ruin his moment.
Now that I could see.
Just to ruin his moment.
That I could see.
And then
that I could go with.
And then again, I just thinking about it now, they've resurrected the fucking Pinnacle within the past 2 weeks. So I'm not saying that they're going to get back together. I don't think that. But is MJF going to be seeking retribution for them turning on him and just leaving him?
Now I could see that being the case to keep him occupied and away from Punk for a while. Yeah, okay.
He ruins
I could go
Punk's
with
night, but then he's got other business to settle before he moves on to Punk.
MJF, Ethan
takes
Page,
that TNT,
and Scorpio Sky.
Takes that TNT title from Wardlow.
America top team with MJ, led by MJF. You ready for it?
Sit there,
Nah.
holding the fucking TNT title with the Dynamite Diamond ring on his finger, holding up the AEW World's Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, if you want to make him a star, that'd be the way to do it.
They need to tease MJF at some point soon and bring back Sean Spears the night that we think it's going to be MJF. He's at home with
Sean
my
Spears is
Sean. He's at home with my wife right now.
Nice.
Good job. But yeah, so I mean that pretty much wraps up the I think the card for All Out this Sunday.
It's gonna be a long fucking night.
Live on pay-per-view.
It starts.
It's gonna be a long night, and I will be watching it from fucking the first minute.
So it starts at 11 a.m. on Sunday and ends at what, 10 p.m.
No, this is not WrestleMania.
It's got more matches than WrestleMania had, I think, on both days combined.
I mean,
when I went to WrestleMania 34, that's basically how my day was. It was like not quite that early,
Like
but it was
4 to
like
11.
it was. Yeah, I think the doors opened at 4. The doors opened at 3, and I was there. It was like from the moment they opened till till it was done. Yeah, it was.
Today.
I believe it was from 4 to 11. I don't think I got home till like 1 o'clock that morning.
Jesus.
Yeah. I remember last year, year before, or whatever, I was looking at it.
And I had done.
It was like.
And I had done
crazy
access the day before.
Did you have gas in your gas tank?
And then I think I did the Raw afterwards.
So Rodney,
wait, what?
We went to go Wes, Mac, and I went to go see AEW in New Orleans, and as soon as I parked, I didn't even realize this. As soon as I parked, I was on fucking E. I had like my, it was showing us like you have 0 miles left. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be late, and we're in New Orleans. Hopefully, we can make it to a gas station because this is gonna suck.
Well, I mean, you can't get carjacked. They're not gonna be able to get anywhere. So there's that.
Yeah, but
I'm not worried about the carjacking,
motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I'm not worried about the carjacking. Yeah. That's the least of our worries.
And it's like that was a bad fucking night because
as a matter of fact, there was a high probability that they'd carjack us, get nowhere, get pissed, walk back, and then blast us.
Yeah, I mean, and like,
thanks for inconveniencing us,
dude. Dude, so I have a 25-mile drive across a bridge to get home. It fucking stormed so bad while I was driving across that fucking bridge. I couldn't see what was in front of me or behind me or anything. I was like, holy fuck, this is fucking terrifying.
And then House of Black showed up in your back seat.
Jeez, I wished that I would have had somebody there in that car with me because it was fucking terrifying.
Fucking Loomis.
Yeah, Dexter Loomis.
So the only other terrifying thing that I can compare that to was on our honeymoon, Jennifer and I went to this place called Cades Cove, and we ended up going there. And then by the time we were leaving, it was getting dark, and it's a valley surrounded by mountains, no lights. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I had a GPS that had that displayed like the road, but we're fucking driving and it's pitch black, and we're like, I mean, it's on the side of a mountain. The road is on the side of a mountain, so if I veer off a little bit too far to the left, we're fucking dead. Yeah, it was fucking terrifying. And somebody drove past us. Like, clearly they lived there because they were flying. It was a 30-minute drive to get where we got. It took us 2 hours to get back. I was like, I'm driving like fucking 20 miles an hour because this is... So you're driving and you see scrapes along the mountain where fucking big rigs and shit rub up against it.
I've hit.
That's how it was me driving through Tennessee and Hawaii. Hawaii was that way because there's no road lights on the main highway that goes across the big island. There's like no lights. Mm-hmm. And it's fucking just
terrifying.
Up and down mountains, woods, and fucking everything alongside you. Fucking crazy.
So the moral of the story is
fill your fucking gas tank.
The length of All Out Sunday is terrifying right now. That's the moral of this story.
A little less. Look, I don't know.
The potential length.
I don't know where your schedule is, Wesley, if you have to work, but I'm off, so that makes it a little bit less terrifying.
Well, considering that I realized that it's this Sunday and Monday is Labor Day, thank goodness I will actually be off.
There you go.
One of our rare day offs. So
it's a little less.
I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not terrifying at all.
Considering, like, honestly, I probably won't. Well, I mean, actually, no. I'll probably will start. I don't know. I usually don't watch.
What's terrifying me right now is
go to sleep.
What's terrifying me right now is making sure that I have all this put together before Sunday, so that what we just talked about tonight doesn't go to waste. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And also terrifying is the fact that I have to watch Clash at the Castle Saturday. so that at the very least, possibly me and Rodney will talk about that.
What you do? Let me tell you what you do.
Yeah.
You watch Clash of the Castle before watching All Out.
Chronologically, that makes perfect sense. Because Saturday comes before Sunday.
Yes. Well, I'm saying watch it all on Sunday.
That's
Relive
almost like
your WrestleMania
Oh, no.
days. Just
Oh, no.
that's the same line of thinking
Oh,
of
no.
saving the last two matches for the last two matches we talk about. I like that thinking.
Oh, man. What was that when we first started doing the show? What the fuck? What was it? It was like, it was all in 1 week. I think Raw had or WWE, I think, had a pay-per-view. AEW might have had a pay-per-view. I think Impact had one. And then I watched, there was like 4 shows I watched.
Yeah.
Then we probably had like Winter is Coming or some shit.
ROH. That's right. That's what it was. It was Super Card of Honor.
It was WrestleMania weekend.
Okay, so yeah, I had yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And then the week before, didn't they have
WrestleMania.
Triple X Mania or whatever the hell it is?
I didn't watch that, but no, it was WrestleMania weekend, so there was WrestleMania, then it was Multiverse of Matches, Super Card of Honor, and then whatever AEW had done.
Yeah.
All in like the span of like 3 days or 2 days.
Yes, I remember that.
I think I had to have consumed like 20 hours.
I've watched
of fucking
so
wrestling.
much wrestling this week. Holy shit!
The first
It was all starting to run together. I was like, I need to take. Thank God I took notes because I have no idea what I watched and what happened on what show.
The first episode I did with y'all was we went to Impact, and then y'all were like, "Hey, you want to be on the show?" And I was like, "Okay, cool. Let me see what I have to watch by tomorrow night." Oh, all of it.
Yeah, only everything.
And in 24 hours, I watched all four. I watched all 4 shows, and we went to the double Impact nights on the weekend. There's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was a lot. But hey,
we're gonna get all that in
we're
one
on episode 18 of this shit, so we must be doing something right. Just had to find a way to.
We're starting the recording. We're starting a recording and we're finishing it. That's pretty much what we're doing.
That is what we're doing. There is no structure to any of this. But yeah, so I've got nothing else left to say.
All right.
For tonight.
Yeah, that's there's no fairness and romance and wrestling or some shit. Whatever Jericho said.
And that's it for this week's episode of the Wrestlecast. Want to drop us a line or have a question for us? Email us at laughingmangamecast@gmail.com and put Wrestlecast in the subject. Hit us up on Twitter at laughingmannet. Thank y'all for listening. See you next time.
And check us out on TikTok.
And Insta. And YouTube.
#Titanfall2.
And tell me when I'm telling lies.
See ya.